My name is Meghan Markle. I'm 12 years old. I first saw the commercial and I knew something would be done because I was furious.
Recommended by more doctors, pharmacists, and Dr. Mom.
It's always mom does this and mom does that.
Women are fighting greasy pots and pans.
And I said, wait a minute, how could somebody say that? I think I'll write a letter. The president of Procter & Gamble Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Dear Sir, last week at my school, we decided to watch the news for social studies. While through the channels, we saw a commercial for the new Ivory Clear dishwashing liquid. In the commercial, they said women are battling grease, meaning only women do dishes. When I heard this, the boys in my class started saying, yeah, that's where women belong, in the kitchen. If you see something that you don't like or are offended by on television or any other place, write letters and send them to the right people, and you can really make a difference for not just yourself, but lots of other people.
My name is Meghan Markle, and I'm here because I think it's a really important campaign to be a part of. For me, I think it hits a really personal note. I'm biracial. Most people can't tell what I'm mixed with, and so much of my life has felt like being a fly on the wall. And so some of the slurs that I've heard, or the really offensive jokes, or the names, it's just hit me in a really strong way. And then, you know, a couple years ago, I heard someone call my mom the N-word. So I think for me, beyond being personally affected by racism, just to see the landscape of what our country is like right now, certainly the world, and to want things to be better. Quite honestly, your race is part of what defines you. I think what shifts things is that the world really treats you based on how you look. Certain people don't look at me and see me as a black woman or a biracial woman. They treat me differently, I think, than they would if they knew what I was mixed with, and I think that that is, I don't know, it can be a struggle as much as it can be a good thing depending on the people that you're dealing with. Leaving LA, it was sort of like leaving this bubble where I was used to everything and had been exposed to everything except for a closed-mindedness that I experienced when I traveled outside of where I was from. And I think that in doing that, it just really opened my eyes to a mentality that still exists that I thought was backdated to the days of when my grandfather moved our family from Cleveland to LA, and they drove across the country and to stop and get food, whatever kind of place they were going to, and they had to go around to the back to get food for the family. You know, I thought that that was really isolated to those days that we were past, and sadly they're not. I am really proud of my heritage on both sides. I'm really proud of where I've come from and where I'm going. But yeah, I hope that by the time I have children, that people are even more open-minded to how things are changing, and that having a mixed world is what it's all about. I mean, certainly it makes it a lot more beautiful and a lot more interesting.
Today we are joined by the beautiful Meghan Markle.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
What do you do to stay in such fantastic shape?
Thank you for saying that. I love running, but I think you have to find a workout routine that really speaks to you beyond trying to get goals for your body. So for me, running is like, I need it as much for my head and to clear my head as I do for keeping in shape. So I love to jog. I do a lot of hot yoga, moksha yoga specifically, and then Pilates at Pilates Platinum in LA.
Do you work out with a trainer, or are you the type of person that, you know, you read magazines, or you just kind of train yourself?
Yeah, no, I do it all on my own, and definitely, like, I do DVDs at home, or I go for a run by myself. I think if you can self-motivate, that's half the battle. You can do little 15-minute increments. I'll do it in my trailer. You just find those little bits of time that help, and then at the end of the day, you've had a full workout.
Do you cook yourself, or are you the type that kind of eats out most of the time?
No, I love to cook. So every day I'm cooking something, even if it's just making a pesto that I can put in the fridge for later in the week, or any little component that you feel like you can take some pride in, I think is really important versus just going out to eat. For me, I think being in shape just means feeling confident, being as healthy as you can, and I guess just owning whatever it is that you have. I think being happy with your size and being kind to yourself. That's part of being in shape too. Like to really just say, it's okay if I'm up a little bit this day or down, whatever it is, to just own where you are and love yourself.
Meghan Markle has embarked on a new journey with the creation of her new lifestyle website called The TIG, where she posts insights into her own life and travels, as well as recipes, city guides, and interviews. Meghan is joining us from our downtown Toronto studio now. Meghan, welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So, full confession here. I was a little skeptical when I heard about this. I thought, oh boy, another celebrity website. But yours is amazing.
Thank you.
Why did you want to do this?
You know, I have been that go-to girl for years from my friends who they ask for travel advice or food advice, and I would always share those things on Twitter and Instagram, but it just felt like it was time to really have a space to share all of those loves. So yes, I appreciate it. It's definitely more of a lifestyle site than a blog or just some other actress thing, as you know, as you were saying. So
yes.
I'm happy that you're enjoying it. It's only been 3 weeks, so it's really cool.
Only 3 weeks. Now, what's behind the name, The TIG?
I, a few years ago, had a glass of a big red Italian wine called Tignanello, and it's nicknamed the TIG, but it was my first aha moment of getting it. Like, oh, this is what people talk about when they mention the body, the structure of wine. So for me, the TIG sort of encompasses my getting all of these different things. Oh, I get fashion now. Oh, I get these beauty things and travel. So it really is, it's all of those things in one little nickname for me.
All in one. Now, you spent a lot of time in Toronto filming your show, Suits, and
That's
you have
right.
a Spotlight on Toronto section on your website. What do you like about the city?
You know, we've been here, we're now doing our 4th season of Suits, so at the onset, we all thought we were moving to New York for this series. With Toronto now being our home, I have grown to just completely fall in love with it. I love the people. Some of the best restaurants I've been to are here, and it's really become my home now. So I'm an LA girl born and raised, but I feel like an honorary Canadian and Torontonian through and through.
Wow, well, we like that shout out. So what's been the response to your site so far?
It's been great. You know, we're getting an average of 30,000 people looking at it a day, and I'm going to be featured in the July issue of Harper's Bazaar magazine for Best of the Web Roundup.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's been really great, and I think people are excited to just be able to get even more of a glimpse into the kind of things that I enjoy. So fingers crossed it continues in the same way.
How do you have time to do it?
You know, I guess much like my character Rachel on Suits, we are overachievers and we just try to balance it all. The other advantage, too, is we're an ensemble show. Scenes in my trailer and literally put together a story for the TIG because I do all the writing and photography for it. So,
oh my gosh.
I really do take seriously the responsibility put in front of me from the moment I had more of a high profile and young women were looking towards me, both as my character on screen and in my personal life, as a role model. And I think it's a missed opportunity if I'm not doing something to show them how you want to move in the world.
You know, I understand that now people know me from Suits, but that is not what my whole life for the past 34 years has not been that. There's been struggles and challenges and my own battles with self-esteem. So to be able to look at my life full circle and say, not only have I been able to achieve something that I never thought would have been possible, that with this platform now I am able to really inspire people to know that they can do that too is the most humbling. We just need to be kinder to ourselves, truly. You know, if we treated ourselves the way we do our best friend,
or our dogs.
Yeah, or our dogs. For you and I especially, like, can you imagine how much better off we would be to just say, we can sometimes be so judgmental and unkind, and so I think I would never treat my best friend that way. So to treat yourself like you're your own best friend, and to also just like try to find a space inside of you that it reminds yourself that yes, you can have questions of self-doubt and that's going to come up, that's human, but at the end of the day, you are enough exactly as you are, I think is really important to remind ourselves.
I think, you know, you're probably one of the prettiest women on television.
That's kind, thank you.
And I totally fangirled when I saw you right now. And I'm like, it's so exciting. So obviously I want to know what it's like for you to be playing, you know, Rachel Zane, who, you know, the backstory is, you know, daughter of a lawyer, working in a law firm, wanting to make her own way, falls in love with this guy who ends up being a criminal. What's it like playing Rachel?
I love it. I mean, like, I find her so... Look, there are times when I don't love it because she cries more than anyone in the entire world.
Yeah.
And I'm not personally that I'm not sensitive in that same way, so I have to empathize with the fact that she does take things on. Granted, her life is a lot more complicated than most people's, and there's a lot of added pressure. I love playing her, though, because I really see her as a role model for young women, and I take seriously the choices she makes.
Last and not least, what do you hope people who watch, especially young girls who watch your character, what do you hope they take away from Rachel?
I hope that they are able to see that it's not easy for anyone to try to find the balance, and that there is such a complex relationship of trying to, as a woman, have it all. And I hope that they see that in Rachel's journey of trying to do all of that you have to be kind to yourself, right? That it's not easy, and it's okay that it's not easy, and you're going to make hiccups and mistakes along the way, and to just stick with your goals. I hope that that's what young women see in Rachel, and I hope that, what I'm able to bring to the role, I try to, is that